Hi, good day folks. This is Sijesh, and this video I will walk you through the process of configuring Hive authorization using Apache Ranger. So Ranger is the tool which is used for authorization, and we can control the permission or authorization of various Hadoop ecosystem components using Ranger. And this video we will mainly focus on Hive authorization, how to control the Hive access using Ranger, and we will mainly look into the configuration steps. So now we will do the configuration for enabling plugin. So we have to enable the plugin. So by default the plugins are not enabled in Ranger. So this is the one which I already enabled, but for Hive and HBase Yarn and all other rest of the components, the plugins are not enabled. So enabling plugin is very easy. Go to the Ranger, then Ranger configuration, then go to Ranger plugin, scroll down, and here you can see the options like you can turn it on or off. Just click here, but due to some reason it's not working. So okay, no problem, we have edit based option also. So normally it should like it's a button, so if you just scroll it here, so it should work. So if it is not working, click edit and change that no to yes. Yes, right. So it should work like this. I don't know, due to some reason it's not working, so let me do it as yes. So once you enable the plugin, save the configuration. So enabled Ranger Hive plugin, save that change, and it's asking some of the dependent configuration changes or recommended changes. So select everything, then click OK. So that will make those changes. Okay, so some of the other configurations that I'm just proceeding anyway, then it's saved. So once it's saved, you can see the orange icons here. So that means it's recommended to restart those services. So click here, restart all required, or from here itself we can do the service action menu like restart the affected. So you can use the either option to restart those service. Just restart all affected from here, confirm restart. So this will restart the Hive service and then do some changes. So let me refresh or log in back to Ranger and see whether the plugin is added. Okay, it's not yet added, so we'll wait till this restart operation completes. Okay, so that is done. Once that is done, if you click that Hive configuration, so basic settings, under security, you can see the authorization has changed to Ranger, and here run as end user, so instead of Hive user is changed to false. So these configuration changes has done as part of this configuration change, so and it's asked to restart the Hive service. So once you log in back to this Ranger console, so you can see that option here. So just click that option. So we use this option to control the permission. Just click that option and you can see like, so this is some of the configurations we have. So it's done by default, so no need to edit that. Just click this option, then you can see there are certain policies which created by default, and all URL. Okay, and all. So this is for some of the administrator settings that this Ranger has done by default, and that is for Hive and Ambari QA user. Just edit that and see what are the permission it set. All URL. So it's like, so here we have options like URL, then option for all database, Hive services, UDF, etc. So we can set those permissions from here, or else you can add a new policy also and add those things. So for all tables and all databases and tables, so we have a permission, and if you want an admin, then you can add it here. So now let's do some test with one user. So let me log in to this user and try to connect to Hive. So for connecting Hive, so we can use beeline. Then once the beeline is connected, so you can use the JDBC connection string like hash, then connect, then use the JDBC URL so that you can get from this console, and here in the summary page you can get this string by copying, by clicking this one. So paste it over here, then enter, and it's asking for username. So type your username and type the password, right? So once it's authenticated, you will be getting a terminal like this. Just use show databases. So but this is failing, and it's saying like the user does not have the use privilege on these databases. Like, so I'm just adding, or I'm just making the users, whatever the user I have, like ID as an admin user, right? So I need to provide the complete access for the people who belongs to this admin group. So we will see how we can add an admin user so that he or she should be able to do all the changes. Like he can do create database, then drop database, then display or list all the databases, tables, or etc. So for that we'll go to the Ranger, then Ranger, click this or if you can access manager resource based policies, you will get a page like this. Then click this option, then here you can see one option for all database, table and column. So I'm initially setting this permission, just edit that. Okay, so you can see like the permission is like all the databases, all the tables and all the columns, and it's given this access like write, select, update, create, drop, alter and all. So you can just edit here and see what are the permission. So you can see all the permissions are allocated, and this is the users, and this is the group, but initially there is no groups added here. So let me add my group admins here, so that whoever belongs to this admin groups should have the full access on all the databases and all the tables, right? Save these changes so that it's updated. Okay, so we cannot do a duplicate policy. Why? Because I'm adding here is like see, for all databases and all tables I already have one policy, so there is no need to create another policy again with for the same kind of setup, like all database, all tables and all column. So since we already have one role or one policy available for that, so I'm just adding my users or group here. So let's go back to the terminal and then try it again. Yes, so this time it's showing all the databases, and we can create, so create database abcd, yes, show databases. So let me log into another user, I mean the second user, so who belongs to the same group, right? So switch to that user, type beeline, then copy the URL, oh sorry, not the this JDBC URL, then paste it over here, sorry, just connect, then click this link, that's it, and then username, password. then show databases. Yes, it's having this show database privilege. Why? Because it's also in admins group. Then I should be able to drop database command and then abcd. Yes, this also should work. Why? Because this user is also part of admins group. So here I added in the Ranger, so I added this policy for all database tables and column. So I can set for all the URL, so all other services like this that. So here you can, if you click, so database, URL and Hive service. So you can also user define functions, everything. So we can set that also for all. So by default it's like a kind of admin privileges, I mean for everything, like all the database, all tables, all Hive user defined functions, URL, etc. And I am going to create another set of users. So let me disconnect from here, like so ID, so user1, and for project1, okay, ID user2, project. So for I have two user1 and user2. So user1 is part of project1 and user2 is project2. So for project1 I'm going to create a database. So create database project1, right? So let's show databases. Yes, the project1 DB is there. So I need to set, okay, I'm going to set the permission for this database only to the people who belongs to the project group. So for that I'm just adding a new policy. So just writing like project1 DB policy. Just database name is project1, and the table means I don't have a table, a separate table here. I'm just writing star, so that means everything. So again under that everything. So description I can write project1 database and tables. And the next is what are the users or what are the groups you want to set access, and what is the type of permission we need. So I can set, if I have only the users, so I can use those username, and if I have a group for that, so use the groups, like so for project1 I'm just adding that project1 group here. Then permission, yeah, what are the permissions I need. So if you need all the permissions you can use that, right? Or else you just need the create and read, or else you need just a read access, you can use that. So let me give all the permissions, like complete permissions, then add it, right? So this time if I log in as user1, okay, so let me log into root user and user1, then beeline, use the same connection string, user1, then what is the password we want to set. Yes, show databases. So it's only showing only the project1 because the user1 have access to the project1 only. So user1 belongs to the group project1, and I have given the project1 access, I mean the project1 group to full access on this, right? So this is the project1 group. So also this user should have the right access, so you can use project1, then create a table abcd, just a simple table, show tables. Yes, so this user is able to connect and create the table, then drop table, then whatever the table name, So that's also working for him. So let me try with the user 2, then connect with the beeline, then use the same URL or JDBC URL that we used, then type user2, then type the password for that user. Now if you just use show databases, it's not having access. Why? Because either user2 or its group doesn't have any access roles configured or doesn't have any policies configured in Ranger. So I can set those. Say for example, I'm just setting the user one, I'm giving the default databases only to connecting to default DB and create that. So I can use like project 2, and what is the database? Okay, so there is a database called default. Yes, and what are the table under that? I mean all the tables set, that is okay, fine. All column, that's also fine. Then what are the users or group? So group I can use so what are the groups we need to add? Project 2. Or if I just need to add only those user, I can use that user alone. So project 2 means whoever belongs to this project 2 group will have the access. So I can just select what are the, just create and drop and read, write, or if you need a selected permission, use that only, right? So now user 2, okay, so because it takes some time, use privilege, I need to make sure like the use privilege is there. Is there any privilege with the name, use, lock is there, alter is there, update, select? Yeah, let me do that, add that select also, save it. Yes, so this is able to use the default, then use default, then create table, show tables. And also if I don't want, and I can edit this, and also I can delete all this policy, like the complete policy for this default. So now if I check show tables, okay, maybe after some time it goes away because this updating may take some time. Right, so this time, yes, because the synchronization may take time. So now I'm not able to execute this command, also show table commands also failing. So this is how we can create a new policies, and we can set the permissions. Go to the access manager, resource based policies, then click this one, and we can see the set of policies already created. So we can create a new policy. Here we can have the policy name. So you need database URL or Hive service, and then we have table or UDF, and what are the sub options available, and you have option to select the group or user and whatever the permission. So save those changes. So this will update the permission in backend. So that's it about Hive authorization using Apache Ranger. So there are a lot of options available, like column based permissions, and I mean who can access and who cannot access, that is also we can control with Ranger. So this is about the like a brief overview, like how we can control the Hive permission using Apache Ranger. I hope you like the content, and if you have any questions, so please use the comment box, so I will try to answer that. Also, if you have not subscribed to my channel, so please do subscribe. So I will be updating, I will be uploading lot more contents over time. So also please visit my playlist, some of other playlists also. The link I have given here. So please view that as well. Thank you. Bye.